Hi everybody, Beach Bum and Dad bringing you another adventure from the beach. Been walking along looking for signs of life and we came upon this spot. It's looking pretty good so far. Some larger pieces, some smaller pieces, and up ahead there are some shells. So let's walk along and see what pops out. Oh, look at this! Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Spots. That's a really nice chunk. Put that one in the pocket. Let's see. We started off with that whole bittersweet, and then we had to walk a little bit. We came upon this spot, and we, okay, and then we find spots. We have a J on the board. Anything else? I hope this goes for a little bit. Back to the water. I gotta be careful. It's so close. Piece of bonnet. I don't want to get wet. And every once in a while, all of a sudden that rogue wave sneaks up on us. Just kind of going around in circles here. Something that catches our eye. Okay, here's an Imperial Venus. Move down just a few feet. Another Imperial Venus. Some days we find several. Oh, look at this. Baby's here. Some days we find several lightning whelks, and then you go for several days without finding any. I think. Let's stand up and look. Well, that's fine. How do you do? That's the end of it. Go back, double check, and then keep walking. Alright, we're walking back through, and I guess I spoke too soon. There's a lightning whelk. Could be that it just washed up. And it's not like we're walking fast. So I don't think we missed it. I wonder what's in the water. Again, it's winter and I don't want to get soaked at the moment. Oh, let's grab this. I hear the water coming up. Look at that. That is a whopper. That is, let me look here. That is a gorgeous flat. Whoa. That was close, but we made it. We made it. High and dry. came up. I was gonna keep walking. Since the water came up so high, let's double check. And looky here. This is why you double check. Look at that party one. Now look at nothing. Nothing. At least it's easy walking. Maybe I can do a little running. Find another spot. Look at this. Nothing. Well, we've come upon some signs of life. Just need for a rack line to develop. Alright, let's keep looking. I just looked down by the water, just some crumbs through here. A few pieces. I want to find a spot with some big sand dollar chunks. Okay, what's this? Look at that. We talked about not finding any. And now we picked up two. Here are some chunks. Like it's trying to form a rack line for us. It's like in the summer, I'm looking up ahead. I've seen it in the summer, you're watching out over the Gulf and you can see, I think that one day there were like 3 water spouts trying to form. So close. Gotta find one. So it's like the Gulf is trying to form a rack line for us. Just getting these scattered spots. But even so, you know, when they're spread out like this, you just gotta zigzag back and forth. Bittersweets, calico scallops, standard fare. Oh, I see a shadow. Oh, it's broken. Let's check out the color though. Look at that. I always love flipping it over and seeing that side. Beautiful colors. We have been getting our steps in, and we just came across this. A little bittersweet and Imperial Venus. Not too much else. Here's another Imperial. So the other day, I don't know, somewhere around here, we had found a really good rack line. Picked up several bonnets, some other shells, and now today, there's hardly anything here. And I think maybe it's moved a little bit. Definitely not as heavy as the other day. Not only is that rack line gone, look at this. This wasn't here the other day. I'm running water through here. So let's show back through the areas we've already been through. See what we missed, see what maybe just washed up. This should be interesting. So we walked through that one spot, nothing going on there. And here's where we found that chunk of Junonia. See if we can find a bonnet in here. Is this one broken? Base scallop. Trying to move, you don't want to get wet. Slipper snail. Cool one. Leucine. toolbox. Bittersweet. That one sounds like it's coming up. Maybe not. Got a little heavier. Another whole bittersweet. That sounds like it's coming out. Maybe not. So we'll grab this speckled talon. Oh, that one's coming up. The shape I had to investigate. Little babies here. Let's move down a little bit. Piece of the bonnet. I feel like we've exhausted the other spot, but we'll probably go back in a moment. Let the waves roll over it a little bit. Just wanted to see what was here. Probably look around. Here's an ink cockle. There's a fighting cronk. Oh, looky here, out in the middle of nowhere. Ah, let's grab it. So close. Look at that. I've been seeing some pieces, and that's the closest we've gotten. There we go. Flat out in the middle of nowhere. Here's a razor clamp. That one we'll have to carry. Can't put that in my pocket. I'll end up breaking it. Before we head out, let's see what we have. I think I have my pockets all cleaned out. Been trying to fill up a jar with Imperial Venus, so we have a bunch of those. And look at that. I thought we only had 3 baby's ears. 4 of them. A bonnet. We're talking about not finding any whelks, and bam, bam, they start popping up. Some fighters. I'm trying to collect a bunch of those. Whole bittersweets. Some nice flats, especially that one. Look at that one. A lone olive, a lone auger, and look at that. That's a nice chunk of a J, and some scallops. So hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Thank you so much for spending some time out on the beach. Y'all take care, and I'll be seeing you all back out there. One more shell. Went back. We're just washed up. Just one more shell. And we snagged the bonnet. And another whole bittersweet. I don't know what this is, but that looks like a leafy. Look at that. Oh. Leafy jewel box. So here's another spot. What's that? Look at that. Nutmeg. Auger. There's a whelk. There's the whelk. Looking in the water. Some shells on there. I believe that's whelk number 3. There's another fighting conch. Alright, here's another spot, and there are lots of bigger shells here. Fighting conchs. There's gotta be something mixed in here. Lightning whelk or a bonnet. See something on the first pass, I'm definitely gonna have to come back through. There's a full bittersweet down there. There's an immature fighter. Jingles. Shark's eye. No bonnet yet, but look at this. Nice and rough. Rough scallop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a footy print. And there she is. Hello, Bonnie. Oh, water's coming up. Peace. We'll walk a little bit more. Let the waves come up. Florida fighting conch. Oh, shark's eye. That one just washed up. Little shark's eye. Did we miss that one? I can see missing the little ones. There's a footy print. How did we miss that one? Oh, look at what just washed up. The first olive. Maybe it'll be another bonnet. Whoa. That was close. That was close. Look at zigzagging and checking back pays off. Another baby's there.